Our next reader is Rohan DaCosta. Rohan DaCosta is a multidisciplinary artist from the city of Chicago, working primarily through photography, writing, and song. Rohan explores complex dilemmas and frequencies found in lovers and families and ecosystems and in places. His books of photography, poetry, and song, Edge of Fruitvale, which is for sale right over there, was published by Nomadic Press in April 2018 and has been nominated for a California Book Award, a Pushcart Prize, and the CLN Firecracker Award. His photography has been featured in the Flight Deck Gallery as a solo exhibition titled Ordinary People, and at Root Division Gallery as part of a group exhibition titled Let Me Be a Witness. In 2018, he was awarded the Individual Artist Funding Grant by the City of Oakland for a show titled Trapped Trauma Transformation, an intersectional inquiry into the trappings of systemic oppression and, I can't read my own writing, and the means of resistance, which I think is going on right now. Rohan, can you,
we have an opening April 21st. We also have an art talk earlier than that, April 14th.
Okay, April 14th there's an art talk, and then April 21st is the opening of the show.
Easter Sunday.
Okay, Easter Sunday, so everybody make sure you go and do that. Rohan, would you like to come up here and read for us? Get up for Rohan.
Thank you to Cliterary Salon for having me here. And Seth, I love your jacket wherever you are. It's rare I need to adjust it upward. Especially after you. It's weird. So I was told I was like given a good amount of time to be up here. I'm planning to read a little bit longer than I usually would, just because I like the vibe. I'm cozy in here. And so I hope you like me. Lauren, you can just throw something at me. Just be merciful. I moved out here about 6 years ago from Chicago. I ended up in the Fruitvale neighborhood. And so, yeah, this one is called Fruitvale Is. I know a place held together by a level stretch of road, 2 expressways, and a perfect myth, where the houses are pastels, broken Easter egg shells, scattered about the chewed up hills. I know a dog named Bunny that gets loose and chases pigeons on the downward slope of Manzanita. I know a woman named Jackie with a voice like a secretive canary. She hobbles over fissured slabs through the murdered doves with a light in her heart and Jesus across the chest. Fruitvale is on fire, like that car melted in half, clothes spilling out of the back of an exit wound. Like every hunk of metal, every gold-toothed grin, like that temple riveted on high, just briefly tanned in a tangerine syrup. At the breaks in conversation, the bark hums a thing soothing, sings a note familiar, and wails a tale wretched. At the top of one hill lived 3 wise men, pacing well into the evening. A witch whose cauldron bubbles over the finest solvent for miles and miles. I know a neighbor with an electric chair in her living room. I know a food truck, like a medic, like an answer, like a second chance. I know a woman who, whenever a seam came loose, she made it a rope to tie this place together even tighter. I even know baristas quite like Paul Revere who tell me the skittish are coming. But Fruitvale is on fire, folks. Just who is going to put us out? I just want to say once again, happy Trans Visibility Day. Give it up one more time. Has anyone heard Jay-Z's last album, 444? Yeah. All right, so this one is called Beast Mode Moonlight, which is like a remix of Jay-Z's Moonlight. This is a lonely land. It's not here for you to use. This ain't the same fucking town. I don't know who is who. We in the same fucking tent. The rent is too high to move. This was a lonely land. We ain't seeing nothing new. Dead broke and we still paying bills? Still? After all they done stole, for real? After what they did to our Bobby Seale? Don't these families matter, Jaleel? That's real talk when they debo your taxes, give your grandmama's chains and run off with your blackness. They slept on you while you slept on a mattress on San Pablo Ave. Man, that shit is backwards. That shit ain't right. Twitter is cool, but that shit ain't life. Brad ain't this tight. But we got leaders in droves, not talking Libby though. We grow and we groom them in our city though. Please don't talk about funds that you ain't never gonna use. Y'all always tell on yourself. I'm just so fucking confused. Y'all stuck in la la land. Even when you win, you gon' lose. Child, this is a Panther land. Y'all out here looking like food. All right, so just living out here in Oakland, if you live in any city with any kind of vibe or culture, if you walk around, you can hear a lot of crazy things, and they might stick with you, they might not, but in downtown Oakland and just all over Oakland, I heard some crazy shit. And so this one is called Oakland Overheard, and I'm just gonna read out to you quotes, and then I'll tell you who it's by. Hey Doc, why you stop riding my bus? I thought we was friends. We really had something. Now you done messed it all up. What'd you do? Go buy a car or something? No, now you walking places. You take care now. You better be on my bus the next time I see you. That's an AC transit driver, Route 62. You fucking on these raggedy bitches. Why the fuck is that bitch's clothes in your car? It's an argument on East 27th in Grande Vista, where I used to live. I apologize for this next one. I'm gonna fill out this job application. I'm gonna come back with the Desert Eagle, be like, pow! Nigga gonna be like, my face! I think I'm gonna work night shifts. I can't do day shifts. I can take the 57 up there, it's a security gig. I called up there the other day, a bitch answered the phone and said they hiring. But I think she got excited. She just wants some new dick. I'm gonna apply though. Yo, that was a teenager on the NL. Kids these days, man. The nigga expected me to sit there and be sober. That's a real Bay Area thing. I can't be sober. That's why I'm irritated. That's a young man on the 20. All these are bus. I took the bus a lot. I need black dick. I need black love. That's a young woman at Luca's Tap Room downtown. Seems like the right place for that. The same people that's in them tents is the same people that made Oakland. The Oakland OG. Black power? This world ain't even ready for black dignity. Alright, so I'm gonna read a couple more real quick. This one is a little bit of a longer one, so please bear with me. Everyone feeling good? Yeah. So I used to clean homes and offices and apartments, mostly in San Francisco. This one's called Hermes. It was documented that from early 2014 to the middle of 2015, I had cleaned 445 apartments, homes, and offices in the Bay Area, primarily in the city of San Francisco. I filled an Olympia bag with method cleaning products, a bunch of rags, and a vacuum named Mighty Mite. And I took it with me everywhere, rain or shine. From Fruitvale, I took the 62, the 14, the 20, the 21, the BART, the Muni, the 30, the 45, the 5, the 47, the 49. I wore a black hoodie with Johnsonville track printed on it in gold. I do not know where Johnsonville is. Also printed on it in gold was Hermes' winged foot. I didn't know what sort of message I was delivering or who I was delivering it to as I dodged junkies in the Tenderloin, as I dodged Porsches in the marina, as I waited in the lobbies of the financial district, as I zigzagged through the Mission, as I tried not to look suspicious in Chinatown, as I pissed pour into the sunset, as I scaled Russian Hill lugging a 50-pound bag like Sisyphus onto the plateau of California Avenue, careful not to tumble all the way back down to Ellis. I would spend full days in the city. I became a connoisseur of everything in between. Anywhere I could kill time between jobs, naps on park benches, sunrises on front stoops, uncalled for meals at French restaurants, just me and my cleaning bag. I just needed a place to be. I've seen so many things. I saw a black woman without a home yelling to herself, pushing a stroller with 2 white baby dolls sitting in it. That was the saddest thing I ever saw. And that was after I walked past City Hall and saw a woman with a rubber tube tightened around her bicep, blood streaming down her arm. Once, I was walking across a busy street and a woman yelled to me, "Don't go over there! He over there taking a shit!" So I went over there. And he was. He was taking a shit in front of everyone, even the cops. I saw a man walking up Leavenworth holding a flower pot with his pants around his ankles. I saw a woman naked from head to toe and shivering right outside of Salesforce, and I walked right past her. I barely concealed cruel laughter when I walked through Powell Street BART station, seeing people balled up on the subway floor, serenaded by an acoustic cover of that Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes song, "I've had the time of you know the one, you know it. Fucking brutal. I remember thinking that it was peculiar for me, what with all my aspirations, to be showing up to scrub the living quarters of random strangers. I also remember noting how it didn't seem to faze them, like it wasn't out of the ordinary, like it was exactly where I belonged. I mean, they hired me, so, but I would spend afternoons cleaning toilets, then drag my cleaning bag up to the top of the Mark restaurant in the Mark Hopkins Hotel to listen to jazz music and hear my friends read poetry. I must have polished over 1,000 toilets in San Francisco. I cleaned for everyone, didn't matter who you were, techies, housewives, old cat ladies, politicians. I dusted around baggies of cocaine, stripper poles, a book titled Coping with a Large Penis. Coping. And refrigerator magnets on cards that read, "Save the date." Everyone in San Francisco was getting married. Literally no one I knew was getting married. I once cleaned a small apartment in the Mission and thumbed through red light lit poetry collections, give it up for red light lit, that were lying all over the place, and I told the client that some of my friends were featured in those books. The client told me that she knew my friends. She was the editor, and she sent me home with a few free copies, and that was that. The best was when I was given directions to find a key and I could clean while no one was home. These moments were like a meditation. I cleaned an apartment in the marina and took a Parliament out of the pack I found in a drawer. I ate a PB&J and smoked that Parliament while watching boats pass by on the water as the ocean breeze blew through an open window. Sometimes I truly enjoyed being able to view the city from angles that I could never afford to live in. I tell you, some of the clients were really a trip. I showed up to a place in Dolores Park and this couple immediately offered me a dab. Out of politeness, I took it. And boy, did I regret that. Have you ever seen cartoons where Daffy Duck or whoever tastes something like piping hot and the heat rises to their eyeballs? That was exactly what it was like, and only the heat was highness, and I was high as fuck. And this is when I noticed that the granite top island in their kitchen was covered end to end in beakers, pipettes, loop-de-loops, and all sorts of glassware that I could not readily identify. A full-blown chemistry set. It was like season 1 of Breaking Bad. I knew I had fucked up, but I kept on cleaning, because I'm a professional. Looking over my shoulder, paranoid, sure that this couple had set me up, and at any moment they were going to burst in, maybe wearing assless chaps, or they were recording me, or they were going to chop me up into little pieces and smoke me, maybe turn me into a wax, maybe dab me. Full circle. They seemed so nice, and they really were, and they sent me home with some smoke and well wishes. You know. Once I showed up to an apartment near Bush and Larkin, rang the bell, and no one answered, and so I sat in the hallway waiting for some sign from the client. And after about 15 minutes, I decided to leave. And outside, the building's property manager was waiting for me. He informed me that a tenant had called him and was worried that I was a criminal with unauthorized access to the building. Y'all know what kind of climate we live in right now? And call the police on me. I told the property manager what I was there to do, and he asked me to prove it. He asked to see the contents of my bag or he would have to call the police. I thought to myself, well, ain't this some shit? He about to feel stupid as hell. I'm in the Bay Area, hella stupid. When I unzipped this bag. As onlookers looked on, I got on one knee and exposed the contents of my bag for all of San Francisco to survey. I don't know if he felt hella stupid, but I left the situation still broke. One guy actually shouted, "Go back to Oakland." Like Oakland was Africa or something. I guess it may as well be Africa to some of the new San Francisco crowd. And yet still, these White Walkers threaten to cross the bridge. Shout out to Game of Thrones. It's coming. Winter is coming. I'd come home to Fruitvale's palm trees and sirens and dogs who mimic the sirens, loudspeakers, firecrackers, helicopters, and direct orders, lotto tickets and hummingbirds, and niggas getting cussed out, shouting matches on Grande Vista, burnout marks and shooting stars, and saxophones and gunshots and black folks boning, the whole shebang. So I got one last short one to just, ride off into the corner of the room with. All right. Sometimes I don't believe in eloquence. I don't believe that I could tell you what I ever meant. I hope to see you somewhere else below the heavens, and I want to take you by the hand and show you everything. I can, but if I can't, just allow me to say, I dreamt of your smile on my way back to the bay. I kept it up a mile high and tried to hold it in place. I guess everything gets heavy in time. Look, I just want you to remember me. Name, number, energy, until you see me again. I just want you to remember me, not just my name, but my energy, until we meet again. Thank you. You can find more of my work at that table on either, I'm a photographer, so this is a book of photography as well, RohanDaCosta.com or Nomadic Press, which is what is published by. Yeah.
All right, whatever.